Right, here we go. Next day. As I said to you before, I've got the black bonnet now. I've just come to move the car off the road because, as you know, my driveway, although my driveway's done, I still can't drive on it yet. Another week and I can drive on it. So at the moment the car's out on the road, so although I'm not doing very much to it today, it's going to be done out here. So I've got the red bonnet that's got to come off. I just went to start it to move it in front of the driveway and the battery's flat. So I've just taken the battery out, put it on charge, and I'm just putting this one in, which should be a fully charged one. I charged it a couple of weeks ago. It's not been used, so yeah, it should be good. So hopefully I can do this and then fire it up. So there you go, spare batteries in. Engine's running. I moved the car around a little bit just so it's a little bit easier to work on, and then I'm going to give it a clean as well. So yeah, so the next thing I'm going to do is change this bonnet. Obviously, as you know, 4 bolts, 2 there and 2 just there. So let's do that now. So the black bonnet's on. It's adjusted a little bit. It's not adjusted perfectly. There's it's a bit high this side, a little bit high. Front of it's okay. A little bit of adjustment needed with the height of the bumper, but apart from that, it's all right. That side's not too bad. Again, a little bit further of adjustment needed, but all in all, that's not bad. That'll do for the time being anyway. I'm now going to have a go at cleaning the inside. So this is quite dirty in here. I've seen a lot worse. It's not too bad. It's usual. Most of it's just dirt, to be honest. The seats are a little bit cracked, but I've got some stuff to try and bring these back to life. I don't know whether it's going to be any good or not, remains to be seen. So I'm still out on the street, on the road, so I'm going to attempt to clean all this up. All hoovered now. This carpet needs a little bit of a clean still. Got some carpet cleaning stuff to do there. I've had a go at the seats. They're much better. So it's dyed the seats with this Scratch Doctor leather colour restorer. So it has helped, but it's still quite cracked. So we'll go over it again. Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to a car you haven't seen for a little while, which is the 500C. Haven't done much to this. Today I'm going to clean the roof. I'm sure you've seen the green roof before. I'm going to show you the green roof again in a minute. I've got some cleaning stuff for it, and I've never used it before. The sun's gone in a little bit now, so it says don't use it in direct sunlight. So I'm going to excuse the plane going on. So I'm going to try using it, see how it comes out. It says mask the paintwork. I spoke to a neighbour who used it recently, his Mini, and he said he didn't mask it off. He just moved it down with a sponge. So, but when I spray it on, I'll put a piece of cardboard or something so I don't get it over the bodywork of the windows. So yeah, this is the 500C. I'm going to do a couple of bits and pieces to it today, and then can upload this tonight. So yeah, I'm going to try and do the parking sensors as well for this. It's a bit dirty, it's been sitting outside for a few weeks. So yeah, it's going to give it a good clean as well, I think. So here we go with the green roof. It's more green at the back than anything. This is the worst part. But as I say, a neighbour used it on their Mini a couple of weeks ago, the roof looked like it just come out of the factory by the time he'd finished with it. So I'm hoping this will be the same. The car itself is very dirty, so I might give it a wash as well. And I'm going to attempt to put the parking sensors in today as well. I'm hoping the sound is better now. I've got my microphone plugged into the phone, so you can see the reflection there. So hopefully we can get some better audio now when I'm in front of the camera rather than just when I'm behind it. So let's crack on and we'll get this roof done. Right, the roof is hoovered and it's been wetted, and now we're going to spray this on. That's the worst bit there. I know it said use half of it, but I don't really know how much to use in a specific area because it's quite big. It's got a nice smell actually. So it's been on now for probably about 10 minutes, so I don't really know how long I'm supposed to leave it for. I might leave it another 5 minutes I think, and then start to spray it off, and hopefully then it will all come off. Hopefully. That's about another 5 minutes. So we're going to rinse it off now. Right, that's thoroughly rinsed off now. Obviously it's sopping wet. Can't remember whether I need to let it dry before I put the protector on. I'll have to get that and have a look. But yeah, I'm gonna give the complete car a bit of a wash anyway. So we'll do that first, and then I'll put the protector stuff on. Right, the car's cleaned now. This is the stuff, the soft top protector. So we clean the roof with a cleaner, leave damp working out of direct sunlight, applying a sweeping motion using half the bottle. Ensure the roof is evenly coated and remove any overspray from glass and paintwork immediately. Okay, so let's do that, but on time lapse. Right, that's that done. I've just got to leather the car off, the paintwork, after washing it and rinsing it, and then we'll crack on and see if we can get these reversing sensors done. Okay, so now we come on to the parking sensors. So this bumper obviously is the existing bumper of the car, no PDC holes. When I've put bumpers on in the past that have had PDC holes, I've put a pair of these, or a set of these non-OEM aftermarket sensors. They're 16 quid, and they're good, they're alright. On the factory ones there's only 3 sensors, one in the middle and then one either side. They may be in a slightly different place on the old bath bumper, I'm not sure, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure sort of where they are, but I'm going to use all 4. So providing I miss the bar that's underneath, I'm going to measure from side to side, try and get them in the same position, and then put one at each edge as well. Shouldn't be too difficult. I just need to have a feel underneath and see where the bar is, because off the top of my head I can't remember. So I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll measure down from the centre point there to approximately there, and then measure across equally either side, maybe halfway between that point and that point, so sort of there-ish and there-ish, and then the other ones can go over here somewhere, maybe in line with that light there, that light there. That's what I'm thinking. Never done it before like this, but that seems feasible, so that's what we're going to try and do. If I mess it up, I mess it up. Right, to start with, I'll make sure we've got all the bits in the pack. Get rid of that. So in the pack we have, you get the box, the control box that the sensors plug into. You get the sensors, in this case they're gloss black to go with the car. You get 4 of those, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the beeper, which again plugs into the control box, and then you get the power wire. So all it is an earth power wire. The power wire you connect to the green and white striped reversing light wire on the back light, and then the earth, you just find a good earth point on the car, and then obviously it takes the power. When as soon as you put the car in reverse, they power up. You also get a hole saw for drilling the hole in the bumper, but I am going to start off with a small drill bit first, because ideally you drill from the inside, but I'm not going to take the bumper off just to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a smaller drill bit to drill a pilot hole, because like I say, ideally you should take the bumper off and do it from inside, but I'm not going to do that. So we'll have a measure, and then we'll attempt to drill the holes. Right, what I've done is I've measured down from there to there is 17 inches. So I've taken the centre point, which is 8.5 inches, marked a point there, and done the same that side. So they should be equal, and the height is 2.5 inches down from there. 2.5, 2.5. So I've got my drill bits. So I'm going to start off with a really small drill bit first. I've looked at the bar's not in the way. I've felt it from underneath, he says. Okay, so we're going to drill this one first. Here goes nothing. So that went through easy. Now we move up to a slightly bigger bit. Push the drill bit through as well to make sure there's no bar in between, which there's not. So it might be the only tricky bit. I think it might be getting the. Although no, you feed the sensors through from this side. Right, so let's put the drill bit that you get with it on now. Let's hope it doesn't dance around, because we don't want to scratch the bumper. Perfect, there you go. Perfect hole. This one. There you go. Another perfect hole. And we've got the bit of plastic stuck in the drill now. You get this hole saw with each time you buy one of these sets. It comes with the hole saw. So I'm going to feed these ones in first, just so we can see that it's going to work properly. And then I'm hoping, being the sea, we don't actually have the same grommet in this that we get in the hatchback model. So you've got the baffle, and then next to the baffle there's sort of about that sort of shape rubber grommet as well. This doesn't seem to have it for some bizarre reason. So we can feed all these through, drop the cables down, and then we should have some little rubber rings somewhere that normally fit. Maybe they don't come with this one. No, you normally get some little rubber rings that then fit over the back of these. Maybe these are just exactly the right size. Let's try it, let's see how it goes. We'll feed that through there. Obviously we're going to go back up with it, but for the time being we want to get it. There you go, perfect. Almost custom made, aren't they? Just checking the camera. They look a neat finish, and they're not going to fall out. Let me do the other side. And get it untangled. There it is. So that's the first two in. So I'm going to do the other two, and then I think we'll come back after that. I thought I would show this side as well. So what I've done is I've measured up. Obviously we can't measure from here accurately, so what I've done is I've measured up to the centre there, which is 3 inches, and then I've measured up in line with that, up 3 inches from the top of the chrome strip. So that then gives us our position. So we'll go through there easily on that one. Easily on that one. This is probably unnecessary, but drills do have a habit of dancing around, so I think it's safer unless you want to ruin your bumper, which I don't really want to do. There we go. There we go. Get the next one. So after this we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So I won't bother filming that one because you've seen it 3 times now. So we feed this wire through. Obviously these wires have all then got to be fed up afterwards into the car, which is a lot easier when the bumper's off. But oh, I've just realised I've put the siren through, the beeper through rather than a sensor. Not the best idea. Let's try again. So you can see it doesn't actually take very long to do this. A bit nerve-wracking the first time you've done it, and to be honest I've not done it with the bumper off before. I mean with the bumper on before, it's always been with the bumper off. So this is sort of a first time for me as well. The only awkward bit is getting the cables fed through in the correct place afterwards. And there is a lot more room in a hatchback than there is on a convertible. There you go, that's that one. Right, I'm going to do the same on the other side. And then we'll come back and we'll figure out how we're going to put these wires into the car. Right, what I've done is these are the cables from the right hand side. Just take the ends together there, and the same on the left hand side. And I've crawled underneath, and then down there you've got the baffle. Let me see, get some light on it, we'll be able to see it better then. Okay, so you see the baffle. So all those wires come through the baffle. So on the lounge, on the hatchback cars, you've got another grommet there which you can fetch them through. So up under the bumper, which you can now no longer see of course, I put a cable tie on each pair just to pull them together under the bumper. Obviously if you've got the bumper off, it can be a much neater job because you can fix them out the way, but this is okay doing it this way. It doesn't matter about mixing the wires up, it makes no difference. So what we're going to do now is we're going to feed them under this plastic panel, under the carpet there, and then we'll wire it all up, and then I'm going to try and film it. Right. What we're going to try and do now, you don't get anywhere near as much room in the hatchbacks, so I'm going to loosen this panel, taking out this one screw. I don't think I need to undo the other side as well. And then we can feed the wires up. We need to prise out the side panel pin. How many are there? Is it just that one? Oh, there's one up here as well. I'm not sure whether this varies in the hatchback, but you take out those pins so you can remove that and get it out of the way. You don't have to take it right off. Is there another pin there? Oh yeah, there's another pin here as well. Shame I can't see. Where is it? There it is. That's it. Right, move that out of the way. That's it. Right, now what you need to do is take off the backlight, which I can't remember what size it is. 10mm. Yep, 10mm. Everything's more inaccessible on this seat than it is on the hatchback. You just don't have as much room to work. Oops. The hinge gets in the way of these. You'll need an extension bar. What I normally do for an earth is use the earth for these from the light fitting, but what I might do on this, because we've got extra hinges, I might use those instead. Right, so now we take off the power plug, like so. Now the wire we want to use is the second one in, which is the grey and green one. So if you follow the grey and green wire back, it's that one. So now what we need to do is take out the grommet. Let's move the camera around. If we take out that grommet, and then we can feed this wire through, and we need to join it. Now, there's various ways of joining it: soldering it, using cable connectors. I think I've got some cable connectors, so I might use that way. If we take out the grommet, feed the power wire through. I'm not sure whether there's a decent earth in here or not. Can't see one. Taking this out completely, really. So I think I might use one of these as an earth. If I take that side carpet out, it would have been better really. Feed that through there. And then what we want to do is get to the cable that's in there. So I'm going to disconnect the battery, and then I'm going to cut the cable, and then see if I can find my my soldering bits and pieces. Okay, so I didn't have the right size solder joint, right side these things, these solder joint things, so I had to just solder it, and I've put some shrink wrap over it, heat shrink I should say, but I think the heat shrink is going to be too small. Yeah, it is, so I'm just going to tape it up. Not ideal, but it'll be fine. Bearing in mind that this piece is inside the car as well, not outside the car. So now that's all taped up, I've put the earth onto here. So once that's all fed back in there, I'm not going to do it just yet because now I'm going to plug it all in. So the first thing I'm going to do is plug the sensors in. So I've got to get the bits of tape off first, which I'll put on if I can get it off. There we go. Trying to. I'll come back in a second. Right. As I said earlier, it makes no difference which one's A, B or C or D. Makes no difference whatsoever. So you just plug them all in. Oops. So you plug all those in, and then you get the siren bit. Not siren, what do you call it? The sounder. I just noticed on this one you can actually have a monitor on here as well, so you can plug a monitor in on that you have on the dashboard, and it will give you a visual indication as well. Didn't know that. I know some of them they come with those. Right, so and then the power wire. Right, that's it. That's everything plugged in now. So they should, in theory, work. Let's see. So as you can probably hear, they're working. Success. So now all we've got to do, so basically I've turned the power on, put it in reverse gear with the ignition on, and of course now it works. Let me just turn the ignition on. That's it. So all we've got to do now is tidy it all up. There's some sticky pads, stick that up on the side wall of the car inside, put some cable ties around all the cables, tidy them all up behind that side panel, put the light back on, and we're done. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that on time lapse. So as you can see, it's all put back together again. We're in reverse, reversing lights on as we get closer. So it's a cracking job, that. So I defy anyone, let's turn this off because it's beeping, it's getting on my nerves. I defy anyone to say that they're not OEM, apart from the fact there's 4 of them rather than 3. Cracking job. What do you think? Right, on this one, as you know, on the C, we've got a problem with the clutch. The clutch's pedal is really stiff, and there doesn't seem to be a massive amount of travel in it. And although the clutch isn't slipping as such, it's just
just not right. I have bought a slave cylinder. I haven't got the master cylinder yet. But the first thing I wanted to try before I did that was just to lubricate up the mechanism which is underneath the battery. So the battery's got to come out first. It's probably not going to make a blind bit of difference, but I've got to try it. So we're going to try that first. I'm just going to take the battery out on time lapse. Right, now we can lift that out of the way. Try not to lose that bolt. Oh, we've got another cable stuck there. Let's get that bolt so I don't lose it. Forgot about this one. There we go. Right, let's get that out of the way. Right, now it looks quite oily down there. Let's show you. Let's get the camera around. Right, so this part here is the slave cylinder. So when you put your foot on the clutch, that's the master cylinder, which is connected by that pipe down there, down to the pedal, clutch pedal. So this is where your fluid is, and the fluid travels down this pipe which runs along the back, underneath, and then eventually pops up here. So the hydraulic fluid pushes that lever in and out, which operates the clutch via that. Now I've got one of these to replace. I haven't got the other one, so this is the slave and the other one's the master. So what I'm going to try and do is lubricate this. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to set the camera up and then put my foot up and down on the clutch and see if you can see it moving in and out. Let's see if I can do that without dropping the camera into the engine. Okay, that's a bit precarious there with the camera. I don't want the wind to blow too much, so this is the bit you need to watch. So watch that when I put my foot on the clutch pedal. So you should see that going in and out. Which in this car is very stiff, so hopefully you did see that. I'm going to play it back now just to make sure I'm pointing it where it should be and that you could see it. So you did see that. So it did look quite laboured going in and out that, as far as I could see. So I'm going to give it a go, find some lubricant. Not quite sure what lubricant to use. I'm going to spray some brake cleaner over it, and I've also got some copper grease as well, so I'm going to try putting that on. Not going to use WD-40 because that attacks rubber and makes rubber perish, so I'm going to give this a go. As I say, I have got this piece. I've never changed one of these before, and it's a fiddly job, although not a difficult job. So I'm not really looking forward to doing it if I have to, but this is, as I say, this is the thing I'm going to try first and see if this works. If not, then we'll be changing that, or both of them. It's easier to change both the master and the slave at the same time. If for some reason one of them is dodgy and the other one's not, there's a quick connector which joins one pipe to the other somewhere at the back, not quite sure where it is, and people always have problems if they're trying to reuse one part and only change one part. So I'm going to leave this, I'm not going to leave it, rather if I do it I'm going to change both. They're not particularly expensive. The slave cylinder, this one is I think it was about £28, which comes with all the pipe work which joins up to the other one. The other one is the expensive one, which is about £80, but not massively, just over 100 quid. As I say, it's supposed to be about a 20-minute job, I think, but you've obviously got to get the airbox off first to be able to do it. But hopefully it won't come to that, but failing that, if that doesn't work, then that will be a new clutch. But we'll try it anyway. Let's go and get some lubricant. Battery's getting low on the phone now, so we'll have to I might have to get my wife to come and depress the pedal. So this is brake cleaner, so this is just give it a general clean. and then I'm going to try and get some lubricant on it. So I'm just going to go get my wife to come and depress the pedal while I'm spraying it. Left hand foot, left hand pedal. Nearest the gear stick. Yes, you're on video by the way. He can only hear you, he can't see you. She's a bit shy. That's it. Just keep pumping it. Keep going. Any chance it feels a little bit easier as you're doing it? No? It's quite stiff. Yeah. Keep going though. It doesn't feel like it's easy enough at all. Yeah. Does it? Maybe doing this is having a... I'm probably going a bit over top on how much I'm putting on it, but I'm going to put a little bit of grease around it as well. Keep going. Put a little bit of this on. Go on, keep going. It's a good workout for you. Yeah. Okay, thank you. You can stop now. Let me have a feel. It may need a new clutch, but I'm trying to do things. Yeah, it still feels stiff to me. So it probably hasn't made a blind bit of difference. Never mind. I thought I'd give it a go. And I've spilt oil on the driveway. Should have put something underneath. Never mind. Okay, so that's we'll put that all back together, and might take it for a little spin around the block. Right, here we are in the sea. I'm just going to take it for a little spin around the block. It's a bit warm. Should put the roof down really, shouldn't I? In fact, should we? Why not? It's a bit bright. Oh, look at that. Make the most of it. Oh, parking sensors work. Yeah, clutch is still not right. I just ran over my number plates that are on the drive. Yes, it's not right, this clutch. Take it for a little spin. Not going to go far. Actually, I don't know if it's improved or not. Maybe it has, you know, the clutch. It doesn't feel as bad. It really doesn't feel as bad. It's nice having the roof off though, that's for sure. Not driven a convertible with the roof down before. In fact, this is the first convertible I've driven. Fiat 500 convertible anyway. Drives really nice. It's done 45,362 miles. what? I'm not sure about this clutch. I'm really not sure. It does feel... No, see, it seems to... I'm not sure about it. It seems to... I don't know if it's because I'm used to such a lively clutch, but it just seems to almost slip. It's weird. It drives fine, you know, when you're driving it, it's not doing anything at all. It's just when you pull away, really. More when you go into second gear, more than anything else. Someone just looked at me then, expecting to see a nice young blonde thing driving it. always amusing with the Fiat 500. Yeah, look, that's... Yeah, it's not slipping, but it's sort of... It's not instantaneously grabbing, if you know what I mean. Definitely not right. Definitely not right. It's nice to drive, though. It's definitely nice to drive. Not many cars on the road, because obviously we're in the middle of COVID-19. One thing I have noticed, you don't get very good vision out the back when you've got the roof down. In that rear view mirror, you can hardly see anything. Right, back round into my road. Almost into my road. Yeah, no, it's not right, this. Oh, look. Yeah, no, it's slipping. The clutch is slipping there. So I think we can safely say the clutch has had it. I don't think that's going to be the cylinders. Coming up that hill with second gear, it was slipping. So I think we need to sort that out. Shame. It's more expense. Never mind. Anyway, we're home now. So I'll park it back out in the road where it was before. Parking sensors work. Yeah, definitely slipping. That was the real tester when we came up the hill there. I don't know what a clutch costs. I'll have to make some calls tomorrow. Not tomorrow, it's bank holiday Monday tomorrow. Tuesday when I go back to work, make some calls. Find out what it's going to cost. So let's close the roof. How do we do that? Like that. Do you keep your finger on the button, or does it? Not sure. No, it stops there. Next one. I'm sure there is a way of shutting it in one fell swoop. And the roof didn't come up as clean as I hoped it would on the back either. It's still got some green on, so I'm going to have to go over that. Just the back bit again. I also wanted to test the stereo, because as you know I had the new windscreen put in this, and it was a windscreen with the aerial in, so I'm just going to put the radio on.
Save lives.
It does work, that's good. That's good. Aircon should be okay. As soon as it's a warm day we'll put it on and try it. Fresh air, put it on the face. Yeah, full blast. Yeah, it's cold. Not as cold as it should be, possibly. Oh, it's getting colder. Oh no, it's fine. That's good. At least that worked, eh? Never had one with a dodgy clutch before. Yeah, aircon's fine. That's good. Turn that off. Yeah, so we need to sort that out. So yeah, it's 45,363 miles. Hasn't had the cam belt done. Connor, my mechanic, was going to do that, but because we're in the middle of COVID-19, it's not been done. I had to cancel him a couple of times. I may sell it without doing it. He was going to do the clutch for me, but again, he has to come around here to do the clutch, so I'll be better off taking it somewhere. So I'm going to have a ring around and get some prices on Tuesday, see how much it's going to cost. I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and get it done. It's definitely slipping, so it's going to need doing. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling for today. Let's turn the engine off. That's the end of the C. Hope you've enjoyed it. today, at the end of the sea today. We will be back, obviously, well, once we've got the clutch done. And we've still got 1 or 2 more bits to do on this, I think. Actually, what have we got to do? Not really, apart from, you know, giving it its final clean. If it wasn't for the clutch, we'd be done on this. So, yeah, we'll be back once the clutch is done on this, and give it its final clean up, and then it can go up for sale. I would like an Abarth convertible, I have to say. I do like an Abarth, but I do like an Abarth convertible. As much as they can go wrong, I don't know. As you may or may not know, my want out of all doing all this, obviously I've got the 2016 facelift Abarth, which is going to be great fun once it's done, once I'm actually out in driving in it. But my what I really want to do is get a 126 Spider Abarth. 126 Spider, 124 Spider Abarth. That's really what I want to get. There is one on eBay which is the £8,950 a Rebon. It's been there for a long time, but it's got some dodgy corner damage on it. I have seen a couple that came up on Copart a year or so ago, and I wasn't really in the position to buy one. I'm not in the position to buy one now because I've spent my money on the Abarth. But you know, if one comes up, there's always credit cards, and the Abarth can be sold. So I desperately want one of those, preferably in the summer, but you know, they'd probably be cheaper in the winter. So yeah, and anyway, enough of me waffling. As I said, you know, this is pretty much finished now. We won't see any more film on this car until such time as the clutch is done, and then we can just go over it, go over the figures, and then we can get this up for sale. Don't know what I'm going to put this up for yet. I can't remember what I've spent, but obviously clutch is on top of that. I'm reckoning on maybe 350, something like that. I might be pleasantly surprised. It might not be as much as that, but that's what I'm sort of reckoning on. If I can get it done cheaper than that, so be it. But anyway, yeah, once again, as I say every day, do appreciate you watching. I appreciate all you subscribing. Please like, share and subscribe, especially that subscribe. I want to get up to 1,000 so I can monetize the channel, which will, any small proceeds that come from the channel will be going to a local cat and dog, well, not cat and dog necessarily, but it's a local rescue centre, animal rescue centre. They've got all sorts of animals. I know they do struggle for fees, for donations. It costs them a lot of money to keep going. I will possibly, as I've mentioned to somebody else, I may possibly do a charity car that I do for them if I can get one cheap enough. Probably be a Panda rather than a Fiat 500, or even a van, possibly even a van. If I can get it cheap enough, not have to spend too much money on it, give it to them, basically. But as regards the channel, you know, if I can get up to 1,000, I can monetize the channel, and then any small proceeds that that I do get from it, which is small, will be small, I should say, will be going directly to them. So yeah, please subscribe, help me to push up to 1,000 subscribers, and yeah, again, thanks for watching. I'm waffling, I'm terrible at waffling. Stay safe, stay indoors. Save your life, save the NHS, save somebody else's life, be sensible. Peace, man. Laters.